Hi, this is Chloe from Inner Whispers, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Winged Spirit Tarot by David Sexton. So let's have a look. This is a US Games deck. It's quite an old one. I bought it, I think it may be second hand, this copy. Oh no, it does sound like it's got shrink wrap on it. Yes, so although it's an old deck, this is a new copy. Let's take a look inside. So it comes in this deck, and there is a little white book, but it is literally very much a little white book. So a brief description of the tarot, the winged spirit, and then diving straight into each card. Basically one paragraph per card, and very small paragraphs for all the minors. And that's all she wrote, as the saying goes. Let's take a look at the cards themselves. So we have this title card, and this is the back. Kind of looks like the Sephiroth. Reversible. The chasm between human comprehension and the mysteries of the divine is enormous. In spite of this gulf, humanity continues to reach into the unknown, trying to grasp the infinite. So, tarot and angels, the combination thereof. And moving into the bulk of the cards. The Fool, Magician, High Priestess. There's something about her I don't quite like. Ooh, very sensual angel. The Emperor. Sorry, these are a little bit sticky. Hierophant. Lovers. Chariot. This is very nicely done with the red and blue horses, flames and water. I like that. Strength. Is the angel wrestling a human? Wrestling a devil? I would say it's a human. This deck has quite a masculine feel to it in an interesting way. I first saw it over on Tiferet Tarot, and just last week he had a post on Tarot for Men, and this does have quite a masculine feel to it compared to some decks. They're quite muscular male angels in some ways, rather than girly ones. Hanged Man, Death. Ooh, interesting kind of cherubs inside, underneath his darkness. It's nicely done. Temperance splashing her own face. That's quite an interesting image. And the Devil, still with wings, but of course Lucifer, fallen angel. And very much making apparent that idea that the chains that bind them could slip out so easily. Look at how huge the rings around their necks are. The Tower, the Star, the Moon, very sultry and seductive and bright red. That's quite a, I don't know, the temptress, seductress, more than a moon almost. Sorry, these cards really are quite sticky. Judgment, fighting a dragon. And the world. Don't really see pregnant angels that often, has to be said. I guess maybe she isn't pregnant, it's just the fall of her robes. Ace of Swords. I like this image, the idea that an angel may be stopping you making your decision or helping guide you. Okay, so this is a similar sort of theme for all of the swords cards, a person, swords, and a darkish angel behind. Makes it a little bit difficult to distinguish them, but it's certainly more information than you would get from sort of non-illustrated pips. So yes, you can work with this. 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. We have the Page, the Knight, who looks almost like a Marvel version of an angel. Queen of Swords, holding her sword most delicately. And the King of Swords is a sword, so to speak. Moving on to the Wands cards. These have nice warm golden colours. I like that. 2 of Wands. So this time we seem to have a male figure and then 2 fairy type or angel type winged spirit creatures, and then just the almost pip-like wands. So it's an interesting choice on how to have sort of illustrated cards which aren't all that illustrated. This one is a little bit more typical Rider-Waite in the positioning, but once again it is this male character with the 2 female winged spirits around him. Page of Wands, another Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and once again the King of Wands is almost the wand himself. Moving on to the cups, pale blue colour, a male figure, a female figure, and a cherub. I can see that for the 2 of cups. Okay, so in this one we'll have the male and female dancing together and the cherub in every cups card. It will certainly make it very easy to spot which suit or suits are predominant in any reading. That will be visually very apparent, I'm sure. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Here we have the Page, the Knight, hunky. Very cool Queen and King. Moving on to the spheres, which would be the equivalent of the aces, the pentacles. 2 spheres. We have a red-headed lady and red-headed and red-winged angel. She's grasping her spheres and he's meditating beside her unfazed. Interesting. 2 different approaches to abundance, perhaps. Overall, I'm finding these quite interesting. Oh, the colours have changed quite dramatically in this one now. The angel is blue-haired, moving into greens. I don't know if there's going to be significance to the colour changes, but it's an interesting one that this has changed a fair bit. 9 of spheres. The angel looks almost impatient now. A little odd. And 10 of spheres. We have the page, the knight, the queen, dancing, and the king. And then we have a final title card from US Games. So we have a total of 3 title cards. The little white book, and these cards themselves. In terms of size, they're a little more square than perhaps many modern tarots, or also a lot more square than the Marseille tarot would be, for instance. As I say, they are quite sticky, but they do feel like they're going to shuffle reasonably well. Let's give them a little riffle to see. Yes, they shuffle quite fine, so hopefully that stickiness will wear off with time a little bit, because it is a little hard for this sort of hand over hand. But something that we can work with. 2 of Cups. Fall in love with this deck. That's it. If you've enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. Blessed be.